Hey guys, you're watching Gamer. I'm Kjell. Today I will be discussing physical games versus digital games. Not that I have anything against digital games, but still, I want to discuss it this day because today this came out. Wolfenstein: The Old Blood on disc version. But for some reason, the disc version is limited to Europe. So people in North America do not get the Old Blood DLC standalone on disc. I don't know why. And then again, for some reason Bethesda first said that PlayStation 4 would be the only one who would get a disc version in Europe. But then later they backtracked and they said Xbox One would also get one. So I have the Xbox One version. So yeah. Now, what I want to discuss about the physical versus the digital. Like, physical media is cool because you have something in the hand. I personally like physical media better, so I can put them next to each other, have a cute collection, like in somewhere on a shelf. But I don't have anything against digital media. So, why would I make this video? Because there are pros and cons for digital and also for physical. Now, first off, the biggest problem I have with digital media is that it has the same pricing as physical media. So why would you pay the same price for something that is only on your hard drive? Instead you have something you can hold in your hand. If, like on PlayStation Store or Xbox Live Store, on launch day the digital media is much cheaper than the physical one, then of course the sales for digital will go up. But now they're the same pricing. Even sometimes the physical media has lower pricing at Amazon than on the PlayStation Store for some reason. That is weird. The upside is PlayStation Store has been giving lots of sales a couple of months in a row now. Like in January they had a pretty good sale, and that's when I pumped my hard drive on my PlayStation 3 full of digital games. Because now we have PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, but I still have my PlayStation 3, and like not a lot of new games will come out for PlayStation 3, so of course I pump my hard drive full because I can. So yeah. Now, I do think it's pretty cool that standalone DLC comes on disc. Like also, Infamous First Light is a standalone DLC that came to disc, which is of course good if you have limited download a month from your internet provider. Like I live in Belgium. The cheapest internet I can get a month, you're limited to 50 gigs a month to download. Modern games are already 50 gig. So if you then have a budget to look upon for your internet provider, if you can download one game from 50 gigs and then no more Facebook or YouTube the rest of the month. So that's why disc versions can be better. Because you save yourself download gigs. So yeah, that's why I think it's pretty cool they come on disc. Of course, nowadays box arts can be a little bit boring. You know, back in the day box arts had to be really cool to draw you in. But now they're like, hey, just a picture of the main protagonist and that's it mostly. But still, it's cool they come on disc. Now today when I picked up The Old Blood, I also noticed this! State of Decay for Xbox One. Now this is a title I kind of missed on my 360. You know, there have been a lot of zombie games and I'm kind of like, another zombie game to download. Nothing that I have anything against it, but I was kind of tired of zombie games back then. Because before State of Decay came out, they had a game called Deadlight. It was a 2.5D side-scrolling game about zombies. It was pretty good. If you have a 360, look that title up. I really enjoyed that. So then State of Decay came, and I kind of missed it. So now today when I entered the store, I saw State of Decay on disc. So this originally was a download only game that they also ported to a disc version. Again, this is good if you have limited internet space for download. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool to own a first download only game now on disc. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool to have. Now, I'm gonna put them here. So, of course, digital versus physical. I both have them. I have a lot of games physical, I have a lot of games digital. Which is of course good. A main draw for physical games is if you have a tight budget to buy games. Because a lot of teens do it now. They also did it back in the day, like when I was a teenager, I did it too. If you have allowance to only say 20 euros a month or $20 a month, you save up those dollars and then you buy a brand new game on release. Physical, of course. You play that game for a couple of weeks and then you go to the store, like in Belgium Game Mania, in US GameStop, and you trade it in. You get store current back. You give your 20 bucks or 20 euros allowance of that month and you get a new game for that month. That's how you can play a game every month brand new, but still look at your budget. That's how a lot of people do it. That's why then physical media is better than digital. Because digital you can't trade in yet. If they one day fix that, maybe people will download games more because they can trade it in. But now you can only do it with physical games. Not that I trade in my games anymore, because now I'm older, I have of course more cash in hand. So I like to keep my games tight. Keep them in a collection, because I like it. But still, that's what happens when you have a physical game. You can trade it in for store credit. And with a little extra buck, you can buy a brand new game. Of course, publishers don't like that. They want you to keep on to the game, so they can sell more copies when a game releases. That's why, of course, before a release of a game, they already talk about their DLC plans. Which a lot of us, of course, hate, because they're like, can't you put that in the game instead of putting it behind a paid wall? Of course, that's a discussion for a whole other video of DLC. But that's of course why they say they have DLC coming. So you hold on to your copy once you finished it, instead of putting it on the used market. So of course less new copies will be sold. But anyway, that's a whole other stuff. So, physical versus digital media. I think in the future, like Sony and Microsoft, and also Nintendo, but they're a little behind, want us to buy games more digitally than physically, because it's cheaper for PlayStation to publish a game on their PlayStation Store than actually manufacturing the disc and the box and everything and then ship it to stores. Now, Steam has been around for years and does that perfectly. When the Xbox One was revealed in 2013, they also had that message, but they kinda screwed up how they gave the message. So console gamers were of course pissed off, like you can't trade in your games, You can't lend them to a friend, all that stuff. So that backfired for Microsoft. So they did a 180, and now it's not an all digital platform on Xbox One, but just normal. You buy a game, put it in, and you play it. But Xbox One and PlayStation 4, when you put in a disc, they install the game to your hard drive. Your disc is only a key now, a secure key. You will play your game from your hard drive, but you need to insert the disc, so it's like, okay, you own the game. So in that sense, why even own the disc? Then, if it's gonna be put on your hard drive anyway, just download it. But of course, new consoles would have 500 gigs of hard drive, but the games are usually around 50 gig. So that only means like 10 games to be installed on your hard drive, and that's not considering like the OS of the device. Luckily, Xbox is compatible with external hard drives. PlayStation 4 is not yet. Sony fixed that problem. The only exception is Nintendo. They still play their games off their discs. But of course their console in that sense is louder and has longer loading times. That's when you own a physical copy that's being read off the disc. Loading times, noise, but hey. So yeah, this video, physical versus digital. What do you prefer? I prefer the physical thing in the hand, just because I'm a collector. But I have nothing against the digital versions. When they're on sale in the stores and they're cheaper to buy digital than they are physical, I'll be happy to purchase digital. So yeah, about that. But still, the old blood. Infamous already on the day it's released. For some reason they were like, not an Xbox version, but they will make a PlayStation 4 version on this. Then, nope, also Xbox version. That's why I bought the Xbox version. Because it's the infamous one. But yeah, DLC on disc are cool, but don't keep it locked to a certain region. Like, I live in Europe now, I get this on disc, but people in North America, well, they're screwed over. For some reason they don't get the disc version. So if you live in the US, the fastest way to get this on disc version is just go to amazon.uk.co. You know, the English from Great Britain Amazon. The games will work on your PlayStation 4 or Xbox One because they're region free. Of course, the pricing is in pound, but once you log in it will reset to your current local currency. Because I live in Belgium, I have euros, but still I can order something at Amazon Britain perfectly. So yeah, if you're looking for a disc version of the Old Blood, check out that version of Amazon. Your account will even work when you log in with your US account. So yeah, that's about it. This is my first real video, except the intro. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any tips or comments, leave them in the comments below. I will answer them as soon as possible, and yeah, that's it. So the only thing I can say now is enjoy and keep on playing.